Okay, guys, so this is going to be a review of my BTBraille. Heard Jonathan Mosen's demo of the Braille Note Evolve, and I thought I would do a similar one for the BTBraille. I am no Jonathan Mosen, so I will freely admit that, but I'll try my best. I have an early adopter BTBraille 40, so things may change, but I doubt they will change significantly, and they might not even change at all, really. It sounds like they have all the hardware pretty much worked out, so. Let me start with the description. On the back of the BTBraille, there is a USB-C port on the left that you can use to plug in peripherals like a keyboard or a pair of headphones or something. To the right of that is a HDMI port that you can use to plug in a monitor or something like that to actually show what's on the BTBraille. To the right of that is a mini SD card slot. You can put an SD card in. And to the right of that is another USB-C port that you can either use to plug in a peripheral, or that is the one that you use to charge the device. Um, and there's also on the back of the unit, there are two little grills. I believe those are for a fan, to vent the air out of the BT bill if it gets too hot. On the left side, there really is nothing to speak of. It's just solid. On the right side at the top, you have the power switch, which is a slide switch, not a push button. And then toward the front of the unit, you have the headphone jack. And then, of course, you have the display on the front. And then above that, you have the cursor routing buttons. And then above that, you have the keyboard. You have the 6 braille keys and then the space bar. And the .7 and .8 are to the left and right of the space bar. .7 is the backspace key, .8 is the enter key. So that's the description. I'm horrible at dimensions, so I'm not even going to try to guess those, but it's pretty portable. And it's pretty light. I'd say it's only, I don't even know, I'm not even going to guess. But it's pretty light. So what I thought I would do is just turn the unit on and let you hear. You'll be hearing direct from the speakers because I don't have a mixer right now to plug it into, so you'll be hearing direct from the speakers to the microphone on the laptop that I have here. Um, so let me turn the unit on. It takes a little while to boot up, but not horribly long. It's not instant on, although there is a sleep mode you can put it into that makes it instant on when you wake it up from sleep. It wakes up instantly. So really, it only takes 30 seconds or so from the first time you turn it on if you want to put it in sleep mode, and that locks the keyboard so that it can't be pressed. So you have to pull the power button toward you to turn it on, and you have to hold it for a second or so to stop it from accidentally turning on in a backpack or something like that. So I'm going to do that right now. And there's a vibration to let you know that it's turning on. And it shows the battery level, and it shows cells sort of moving across the display to indicate that it's turning on, which is nice.
Viewing trusting GOG 00001. File 2 of 3.
So you can have multiple files open at a time.
Wi-Fi connected to Mesh Sonics versus 4F.
It shows me that I'm connected to my Wi-Fi network, which is nice. I'm using Tom at the moment for my voice, which I really like. But there's a lot of other voices on here. Um, there's two modes to the BTBraille. There's the Blazy mode, which it always starts up in, and then there's desktop mode, which is where you get email and web browsing and things like that. Um, Desktop mode runs Linux. It uses Orca as a screen reader. So that really does work pretty well. You check my email on Thunderbird, or you can use Gmail. Um, on the web using the same keys, the J and the K that you would use um, with JAWS or NVDA to get through your messages. Um, both ways work fine. I'm gonna go, since everybody's always concerned about the voices, I'm gonna check out the settings and see what other voices we have. I'm gonna do an O chord for options, just like the old Braille and Speak days or Braille Light days, if anybody remembers those.
Options menu.
S for settings,
Settings menu.
and I don't remember the setting, and it says settings menu on the Braille display as well. So I'm gonna do a .4 chord to move down. So there are Braille settings. You can set your output grade, your the grade you're gonna type in, all that kind of stuff. Speech. There we go. So now I'm gonna hit enter.
Speech settings.
Speech settings.
Instead speech defaults. On.
There's a reset.
Change the TTS engine. T. TTS manager. M. eSpeak them settings. E.
We do have eSpeak on here, but there's crazy people that like that.
eSpeak them. Via speech dispatcher. Settings. Deck talk settings. D. Vocalizer settings. V. Split uppercase characters. U. Speak numbers. N. Speech controls. S. Clear speech history. C. Reset speech to default. Change the TTS engine. T.
So I'm gonna do that.
Which text to speech engine would you like to use? Vocalizer. eSpeak then. eSpeak name. Via speech dispatcher. Deck talk. Vocalizer. eSpeak deck talk.
So that's what I have on my BTBraille at the moment. I'm gonna switch to Duck Talk.
Okay, change the TTS engine. T.
Okay, there we go. Now we're using Duck Talk. Now if I go to TTS Manager,
TTS manager. M.
I think you can download more.
TTS manager menu. Install vocalizer voices. Remove the vocalizer TTS engine. Install the RH voice TTS engine. Install the micro TTS engine. Install the vestibular live TTS engine. Install vocalizer voices. Remove the vocalizer TTS. Install the RH voice TTS engine.
I'm gonna try that.
Fourth, install the RH voice line vocalizer. Install make audio stability. Please install vocalizer first if you wish to use RH voice.
Do that. So I'm not going to do that. Dismiss that.
TTS manager menu. Install the RH voice TTS engine.
Okay. I'm gonna switch back to vocalizer.
The vocalizer need. Install vocalizer. Install the vestibular live TTS manager. M.
Decode out of that menu.
J. TTS engine. T. With text of the vocalizer. Change the TTS engine. T.
So the voice menu kind of like what Keysoft used to be on the old Braille. It's very menu driven. First line of navigation is there. Pretty much everything that you hear on the speech is also displayed in Braille. But there's a lot of stuff in Blazing Mode. There's a radio tuner. There's a podcast app. There is a book reader. You can change your grade of Braille that you're viewing on the fly with the G code to change it to contracted Braille or uncontracted Braille. If you're reading a text file or something like that. There is a find command in BRF and text files. What else? You can read by sentence now, which is really nice. and the continuous reading is very nice. It just has a nice flow to it now with the latest update. Let's go to desktop mode and check that out a little bit. I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chord with dot 8, which sounds really complicated, but it's really not because the keys are close together. It's not that hard to hit, so I'm going to do that.
Starting desktop mode.
Okay, it says screen reader on. I have look at speech turned off, so it doesn't announce anything, but it just went in desktop mode. You heard a little beep. So that doesn't take that long to start. Not sure what to really show you in here. I mean, it's Firefox and Chromium web browser. Um, I like Firefox myself. It just seems to work a little bit better. But you do have a choice. Let's see. There's Bard on here. Bard only works with BOF files, no audio files. I don't know if they have a plan to add that or not. There's no terminal mode yet, but they say that's coming. Oh, I forgot to mention in my description, on either side of the Braille display, there are 3 panning buttons. So there's no thumb keys, and there's no advanced bar like the old Braille light days, but there is these 6 buttons, 3 on either side of the display. The bottom 2 on the right side pan up and down. And then the top ones, I think, are tab and shift tab on the, at least in Blazy mode. And then the bottom 2 on the left side of the up and down arrow keys, I believe. But you'll be able to reassign those in future to whatever you wish, I believe. So let's go back to Blazy mode.
Lazy mode.
I will show you the radio tuner since everybody's kind of interested in that. Whoops. Let's see. I'm going to do a WH code to say where am I?
Settings.
Oh, I'm not in the option. Okay, I'm already in the options menu. That's why it's beeping at me. All right, so I'm going to exit out of that.
Yes. Settings. Yes.
So I'm going to go to applications.
Applications menu.
And I think it's R for radio tuner.
Reference applications menu.
Whoops.
Dictionary. Wiktionary. I.
Oh, I forgot there's a dictionary in here. The Wiktionary. There's Wikipedia. Weather. There we go. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I need to go to media. Now R for radio tuner. You can hear the speakers on this thing are pretty good, I think. I think you can safely listen to pretty much anything on here. Music, that kind of thing. Or you can plug in a pair of headphones, or you can connect via Bluetooth as well.
Listen to a station. Conference for its game.
Listen to a station. You can browse by location. Favorite stations. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Blind Community Station.
On American Council of the Blind, a national federation of the blind radio network.
Okay, so if I hit enter on here,
toggling noise canceling mode. But there's only so many gestures you can really reliably do with, press, double press, triple press, and hold on 2 different earbuds. So as these earbuds get more complex, the apps do get more important. And the apps that have things like some of these earbuds can have firmware updates now. So you may get a notification, hey, your earbuds need to be updated. Or they also on the screen.
So I just hit S to stop it. By looking at the braille display, I just did it that fourth way to go down a couple of menu items. I could have just hit S to stop it. There's a podcast app on here. I haven't even explored all the apps, to be honest with you. There's a games app. There's a couple of games on here. There's BT Town, which is kind of like a social platform for BT Braille and BT Speak users. So yeah, that's my review of the BT Braille. I really like it. The display works well. The translation is very good. You can compose emails in Blazy mode, which means you can use grade 2 Braille. You can't use grade 2 Braille in desktop mode at the moment, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm sort of okay with that. I mean, I can type in computer Braille pretty well. You know, you get used to it. That doesn't really faze me. They haven't really thought out well, I think, a lot of the apps. There's an AI chat app in here. There's a coding app that you can use to learn how to code, which is really nice. There's a lot of different things on here. Blazy mode is first class, unlike, you know, the Braille Note Evolve, where keys off is sort of baked onto Word or whatever. You have a real text editor in here. But you can go to desktop mode for all the power that you would want with Linux. And I know that people are doing a lot more things with it than what I'm doing, which is basically just browsing the web and that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's my review. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, just hit me up on Mastodon or email or whatever. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.